Hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? Hello, 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 hello. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Well, okay, okay. I think that is better. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, what is up? Give me a moment. Okay. Okay. Hello. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay. Hello, everyone. Okay, if you have noticed that I've changed the name of my channel, my Twitch channel, yes, I did. I did change it. I did change the name of my Twitch channel. That's actually to accommodate my current character, who's on screen right now. And as you all know, this guy's little name is Libra. So yeah. Okay, give me a moment. You may have noticed that you may have noticed this, this. This is actually no, no. The toy. Where's the toy? Ow. Where's your toy? Okay. Anyways, okay. So yeah, I changed the name of the channel to match the character VTuber character that I have. So yeah, I actually tend to change a lot of things from time to time. But this time I didn't actually change it on a whim. I've been planning to change the name for quite a while now. Oh, so now this if you notice this is actually a rune. I actually surrounded my table with runes. Time. The reason for that is I don't know. I'm not actually sure. It is for me. It's just to enhance the aesthetic of the reading. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. I just did it on a whim. Actually had these runes for quite a while now, and I'm not sure on how I'm going to use it. So I decided to just use it to just decided to use this as my give me a moment. There. Actually rearranged it and a table. Anyway, you know that there is such a thing as runology. Yes, it's a study of runes. I'm actually reading a ebook right now, related to runes. So I'm not that yet knowledgeable in terms of doing rune casting, but for now I'm just using the runes for protection on my readings. Yeah, tarot cards and runes. What a combination. Anyways, no. Okay, so I have a special guest coming later. If you follow my Facebook channel, Facebook page, uh, his name is NicDroid, of the co-founders of Exosia, and he'll be joining us a bit later. So yeah, for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to do some readings, like we usually do. Okay, so first I like to discuss. I like to discuss this before anything. As you have already known that Gargura of Hololive English Myth Generation 1 has already graduated earlier. So we already know that she'll have a new beginning. Now, wait, you can't do with those. My cat is having her zoomies, and every time I have big tends to play with me, and she bites my hands, bites my wet hair, and a lot of things. So, come on, hold my hand. All right. Okay, so behave, behave, my little cat. Behave. Okay, so I'm not going to do another reading for Gargura, but because we already know that um, she'll have a, she's going to have a great beginning after her graduation here in Hololive. But there are a couple of things that I want to do some reading. More specifically, um, Cinder, and Ike Eveland. Okay, so here we go. So we all know that this actually happened before Gargura's graduation. It happened yesterday, April 30th, and Ike Eveland has decided to graduate from Nijisanji En. Right. He has now graduated. He is no. No, 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 no. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Ike Evelyn has already graduated from Nijisanji En on April 30th, before Gargura's graduation, which actually quite a shock, if I'm going to be honest with you, because I have no. Ike is not the. I know. He's not the type to be, to do drastic things, as far as I can remember, because I haven't actually watched his streams for more than more than a year now. Ever since the black stream incident of 2024, which is actually a bad thing for. Uh, this is actually a bad thing for Niji Sanji. Okay, I thought my mic is not working. Anyways, but here's the thing. Ike is one of the most. Wait a moment. I'm currently talking to Nico. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. Um. Give me a. Okay, testing, testing. Hello, Nico. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, Nico.
Low, 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 low.
Yes,
O baka wala si earbag.
you're
Kumusta?
loud, loud and clear. Loud and clear. Can you hear me? Hello. Hmm. Hello. Ah. Hello, Nico. Yes, a bit. I can hear you. Thanks, thanks. Okay, so we are currently live now. Okay, so all right. So do you see the video? The video on your end? Yep. Okay, that is good. So, okay. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Um, you can you can ask me any questions that you want me to answer, that you want the cards to answer, and we will see what they, and then we will see what they tell us. Okay. What I can bear. Just give me a moment here. Give me a moment. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, waiting for you.
Okay. Okay. So Nico, do you have any questions in mind?
For now, okay. Because
You can just
I think
you can give me any
general
general
question.
questions if you want. You can
General
you don't
question.
need to be specific if you don't want to.
So, how was stability? What, how will you predict with this life? How will it be relevant to the life with, when you have it on your data card?
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
Give me a moment. I can barely hear. I'm just going to switch into my headphones. Give me a moment.
Alright, alright. Sorry. You can have it a microphone.
Okay. Okay. There's a sorry, there's a lot of technical difficulties on my end. Okay. Okay. So what was your question again? Uh, Nick, Nico, I can barely hear you. Hello? Yes, but there's just a bit of echo or a lot of background noise on your end. And my model is froze. Great. Oh, that's why. Come on. Oh boy. Ay. Okay, so there's a lot of technical difficulties on both on our ends. And my camera has decided to not cooperate. Hello? Uy.
How
Uy.
about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Like I'm clear, not chopping off or anything.
Nope, you're loud and clear.
Okay, good, good, good. So my question was how unpredictable sometimes tower cuts are.
Sharp cuts?
How unpredictable, yeah.
How unpredictable
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes tower cuts get.
Oh, okay. That actually depends on the things that, depending on the questions that you're going to ask me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gives us the question, it gives us the answers that we really need to hear, but sometimes it tends to deviate to letting you know what is going on. That tends
Okay. Yeah.
it.
And then yeah.
Okay.
Uh, Another question is how does it also reflect to you know recent life happenings with
Yeah,
those predictions.
I can I can I can tell you that most of the predictions that I have made so far on my life has happened. Most of it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. That's my question so far. That's that's one of my two first questions so far. So I am intrigued and more excited to know, or probably nervous.
You don't have to worry. Um, you can just take the questions The answers that the tarot cards will give you as an advice. That's how I usually tell everybody on my streams regarding on the results that I give them.
All right, all right.
You can just take it as an advice, and then if it ever happens, just let me know. Because
It's destined. I think that's the right word then. It's a
yeah,
destiny. Because destiny sometimes is very unpredictable, and I agree with that.
that's true. And the cards only gives us it only guides us to what we need to see. It's up to us whether we want to do it or not.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Shall we proceed?
Go. Okay. So, what question do you have for the cards?
Well, I'm not very too technical with. I'm not very too knowledgeable with the cards yet. So, what are the most elements that commonly used in tarot cards?
Okay. So, let me just show you one of the cards above. Okay.
Okay.
So, what we got here is the Wheel of Fortune, a major arcana. A major arcana
Okay.
means that that a major event that is linked to the answers that you want to know.
Okay. Wow.
Then here is a minor arcana, Ace of Wands. A minor
Okay.
arcana tends to tell you tells you bits and pieces of what's going to happen, but
Yeah.
it's usually connected to everything that has happened thus far.
All right. Wow.
Yep.
Second already hit the spot.
Okay. So, do you have any questions that you
Okay.
want answered related to certain
All right.
events?
I think it's regarding the second card.
The
It's
ma-
regarding the second card. So
Madam,
that means something is some life events are being intertwined.
yep. Those te-
Okay, that is well, that is actually currently happening 3 days ago actually. Since 3 days.
Okay.
There's a lot of like career changes is going to happen.
Yes.
And coincidentally they're also intertwined.
Okay. So, you want to know what's going to happen with your career? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Let me just shuffle. Shuffle the cards for a bit.
Okay.
Then
I'm nervous.
don't be. Okay. All right. I have
All
shuffled the
right.
cards. Now,
Okay.
let's see what's the answer that you're looking for. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So this is related to your career. So let's see. Ooh, strength. The
Okay.
tower
Whatever.
and the eight of wands. Okay. This is actually great because you have two major arcanas that's
Okay.
you have two major arcanas on here, and let me just interpret them for you, okay?
Yeah. Okay. So that means does it what is implying in terms of the direction that I'm uh on my career right now? Like does that mean there's what's the general like consensus on that?
It could, but that
It
actually
could be it could be a good direction.
it
That's what
could
it's implying.
yes.
Okay.
Sometimes
Very good.
sometimes the cards just tells you the things that you need to know. And as for me, every time that I tend to ask a question, the cards sometimes give us a straight answer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straightforward. Surprisingly, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So now let's interpret the first card here. This is
Okay.
a major arcana called Strength. And strength
Okay.
doesn't mean you are very strong. It's not about what you can lift.
Oh.
Yep. No, it's not. No, it's not. It means that more on endu- what you're currently enduring right now.
Well, okay. Since a lot of career changes that I cannot disclose, but I think the best way I can put it is I'm going back to my roots, the roots of my career, which is music.
Okay, so that's actually connected to the strength card here, and
Yeah.
and it is telling us that you're going to have to endure a lot of things in life, especially you're going back to your roots as a musician. So,
Yeah.
so there's going to be a lot of challenges on your way, but once you have endured everything, something good will happen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Life is giving me challenges right now as we speak, so I'm guessing I'll keep fighting.
Actually, that's what the second card is telling us. The tower.
Yeah, the tower. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, This is actually
Oh, that's cool.
this is actually reversed, and it is telling me that you're currently facing a lot of challenges and a lot of unpleasant surprises can happen along the way. But
Yeah.
as I said, all you need to do is endure it, and you'll be able to succeed in what you believe in.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. That's a great advice. Now,
The last card. The last
yeah. Sorry.
the last card. Eight of
The last card.
Wands.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
a minor arcana, and it is telling me that actually it's connected to these two. There's going to be a lot of you'll be experiencing new challenges and new experiences along the way.
Okay. Hmm.
So,
Okay.
that's pretty much the eight of cards pretty much connects these two on towards the answer that you were seeking.
Yeah. So more challenges and everything. Oh wow. Okay.
More challenges.
They're very connected actually.
Yep.
Coincidentally, it's very connected, especially with the career shift that I'm going to take.
Yes. There's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of unpleasant things that's going to happen in your life, but it's but that doesn't mean that you won't be able to endure it. No. Oh,
Yeah.
you'll be able to experience things that you haven't experienced before.
Yeah. This is more of like a profound discovery with a new challenge that will test that what skills that you currently have, right? That's what I'm from what I understand, right?
Yes, that's true. Everything
Okay.
everything that the card says is about your career is there's going to be a lot of challenges. Of course,
Yeah.
there's nothing in life that doesn't have any challenge, but everything in due time you'll be able to succeed in everything that you do.
Okay. Now,
So how was
I'm satisfied with that answer, and I'm more motivated. Actually, now, how about um with my relationship with my girlfriend?
wow, that's
Because you'll be also streaming this and gonna be had a ball. I wanted to show her this.
Okay, okay. There's gonna be a lot of things that's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
That's a lot of responsibility for me. And please note that um
Yeah,
and
yeah. No, no, you're not holding accountable. You're just predicting. No
yeah,
worries.
I'm just predicting that's going to happen. Okay,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
don't
No problem.
don't point the gun at me if you don't like the
Don't, yeah,
answer.
don't shoot the messenger.
Don't-
That's the best way to put it.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. I don't know if I'm gonna regret that question, but let's see.
Let's see. Let's see. Just remember, take this as an advice as well. Doesn't it
Yeah, just an advice. Yeah,
just an advice. You don't
it's a
need to.
freedom of choice if you're gonna take it or not, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Because as I always say during my stream, we
Yeah.
always walk we always walk in a spider's thread, but that we can choose whatever we want, but we always go to our certain destiny.
Yeah. True. All right.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay. So okay. Let me just shuffle this a bit more. Okay. Now, let's see what the card is telling us about NicDroid's love life. Okay. Page of Wands. The High Priestess. Seven of Cups.
Okay. What does it imply?
Okay. And then Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Yeah.
mhm. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Alright, so here's what the card is saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's start with the first card, the Page of Wands. It is telling us that it well, actually, this is connected to what you're currently doing right now.
Oh, really?
Yes, new beginnings brings new problems. So
Okay.
you may need to you may need to take that keep that in mind, and then this the second card on our hand here is a Major Arcana, and
Okay.
it is telling us that raw emotion will cloud your thinking.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Note.
I mean, okay. We do have that kind of problem before, although it's not something that, well, honestly, we're not surprised. It's something that we're working on. I think that is very scary to know that, yes, there's new challenges as well. And it also involves with the emotional thing.
Yep.
That's like, okay, looks like we have to do, both of us, we have to do better.
Okay, and actually the last card, the Seven of Cups, is actually telling you something here that there's actually a lot of options for you, and many paths is going to open along the way.
Okay.
But
Okay.
and
Alright.
it is actually going to make it, and Making a decision is going to make things hard. But there is something that you need to know.
Yeah.
Okay. That it's either you best wait what is going to happen, or you can seek on you can use your intuition or seek spiritual guidance to tell you where you need to go.
Okay. Oh, that's why I've been religious lately. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, yeah. To be clear, for those who are watching the stream, nothing bad happened to us. It's just, yeah. I
Eh,
think we're in the process of uh, policy our directions together. Yeah,
and
actually.
keep in mind, I haven't talked to NicDroid in quite a long time.
Yeah, yeah. But that's why I'm telling you this. Yeah, well, telling you this live. Well, we cannot discuss entire of it, but yeah, that.
Yeah, I haven't actually talked to NicDroid for quite a long time, and so far, how do you liking the answers that you're seeking?
I think I don't see them as a bad thing, honestly, because
Mm-hmm.
it's been like felt like boring for my life now to not endure any new challenges in life.
That's true.
I think that's gonna give me a sign to get out of my comfort zone.
That's true. And every new challenge, every new path in life tends to be
Yeah,
tends to be challenging. It does. We don't control how difficult it is. What's
yeah,
going to happen?
yes. It's the pace. It's the pace that you take for those challenges,
That's true.
and yeah, and for the fact that I've been experiencing this for the past 6 months, it's actually telling me that I'm on the right path since yeah,
Mm-hmm.
life's been very challenging for me since
Yes.
then.
Yeah. And actually, I've been seeing that a lot. Mostly
Mm.
on your social media posts. I can see that. I can see that you're facing a lot of challenges right now. But
Yeah,
there are things that tends to be to be difficult at the start, but
yeah,
that doesn't mean we cannot endure and learn from it.
exactly. It's it's sometimes it's gonna be higher risk, higher reward. Yeah,
That's true.
okay.
Okay, now, since you're satisfied with your first two questions, how about the third one?
All right. How about how how will my how is my decision on taking back academics
Ooh,
for a second degree?
ooh.
So academic side, I wanted to take a second degree.
Mm-hmm,
I want to endure more on learning and improving what I already started
mm-hmm,
since 2020.
mm-hmm. Okay, that's
I don't know if that's a question, but yeah.
sure. And there's no such thing as a bad question.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see what the cards are telling us. All right, now
All right.
the cards has been shuffled. Let's see what the cards are telling us. Okay, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Okay,
Okay. What does it tell me then, man?
see what the cards are telling us. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Hold on.
Oh, no problem. Hmm. Oh, okay. All right. Nico, are you ready?
Yeah. Already.
Okay. Okay. Let's start with the King of Pentacles here. It's actually I can
Okay.
actually see two things here. Um, First one, you may need to actually know. There's going to since you're going to be you're going to be studying again. There's going to
Yeah.
be a slight financial setback.
Okay. That is already expected. How for how bad the economy is going to be.
That's true. That's
Okay.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
And hmm,
Then yeah.
okay,
The next one
one.
is
And the second one is actually it's actually telling me that there's going to be someone um there's there's actually going to be a person here, a male, a man,
okay.
an older man that that will try to get what he can get from you. Um, he may appear, he may appear like he has everything, but truth be told, he's currently down on his luck. So be care. So just be careful if that someone ever approaches you.
Yeah. So for example, I think from what I understand
Mm-hmm.
correlated to both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a financial problem, but
Mm-hmm.
there's also someone might help you,
Mm-hmm.
but it turns out it might not been. So from what I can tie down from that as an advice from you then is probably try in terms of financially to get back to get back to take another degree,
Mm-hmm.
have some financial headroom
Yes.
just in case that for example this like quote unquote sponsor can only go as far.
Yes.
Okay, understandable.
Okay. Now,
I
let's.
think that's the reason why
Mm-hmm.
it took me a long while to
Mm-hmm.
to take if I'm going to get second degree because even my first degree is already good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thriving with that career already, even though not always financially.
That's true.
But it felt like I need to learn more. That's
That's
why I considered like getting another degree.
that's true.
And coincidentally, someone who wanted to sponsor me, although I cannot disclose if it is male or old, but yeah, that
Okay. Now, this the second one is a little bit is a bit simple. Is that
yeah.
uh, you'll soon put down your roots into a new environment.
Okay. All right.
Okay then. Now,
It is happening that I'll be in another industry again.
okay.
Okay. I
Uh,
see that as a good thing, actually.
okay. And then lastly, it's actually telling me that um it's actually telling me that um there's
Yeah.
going to be a period of study, right? Since you're going to take a since you're going to be studying, But
Yeah.
all I'm going to say here is it's going to be creative in nature. If I'm not,
Creative in nature. Okay.
um,
Got it.
and there's a second advice here that
Yeah.
if you're thinking about if you're thinking about making a new business, you don't need to rush it. You need to you need to you need to think it over, and you don't need to rush things.
Okay. So just go with the flow.
Yes,
Okay.
just keep keep those thoughts in mind when you,
Yeah.
if there's new business that's going to be
Yeah.
in your future.
Definitely. I mean, now that I am independent again, so it's basically it. Even though I've been in the industry for like what, almost 15 years,
Mm-hmm.
it always feels like a new thing. So I'll keep that in mind.
That's true. And with the nature of your previous work, um, and I think there's going to be a lot of things that is going to surprise you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think
Okay.
that's the third question. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's the third question.
So how are you feeling right now with all of the
Actually,
with all of the question all of the answers that is
I'm a bit
given?
of a nervous,
Mm-hmm.
but those advices are really spot on. I think that's what I need right now,
Mm-hmm.
especially the fact that there's a big event happening
Oh yeah,
this month.
at the end of the
Yes,
month.
Backstory Manila. Yes,
At the end of the
shameless
month.
plug. Anyway,
No worries.
but I'm a little nervous. There's of how things some yeah often go doesn't go out to plan, but for some reason we already rectified everything
Mm-hmm.
and got the solution. I think it was predicting that it was actually telling me that there's many new challenges ahead.
Mm-hmm.
There's new places to discover, the new industry to discover, and I think I'm ready for that.
That's true. And with everything that you have done with the industry thus far, I'm not going to I'm not going to be surprised if there's going to be new challenges up ahead because
Yeah,
becoming independent is actually
yeah,
something that's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be it's gonna be hard.
it
Not
is. It
gonna
is.
It's gonna be hard,
Mm.
but life do give us hard lessons. So
Yeah, true. Because it just randomly punches you in the face.
yep,
Yeah, that's life.
that's life.
It's
Okay,
okay.
all right.
All right.
Fourth question. Do you have one?
One more question.
You sure? No. Do you? You can ask as many questions as you like, but
Okay.
that
Okay, let's
depends
do
on you.
that. Okay, because I'm an event organizer as well for that event.
Mm-hmm.
How will it be turn out, or what should I take note
Ooh.
of any predicament?
Okay.
I think that
Okay.
will be my last question because yeah,
Okay.
I'm not gonna expose every.
No worries. No worries. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. That is a question that's actually currently based on how you asked me, it's a lot of responsibility, correct?
It is. It is. I mean, not that a lot, honestly, but still a big responsibility. Like we're talking about community and money on the line.
That's true. Okay. And as far as I can tell, you guys have a lot of international guests, correct?
Yeah, and I think people are most notable is Maria Osawa. Well,
Uy.
that's not surprising.
Okay. Lot of things, lot of happenings. But let's see what the cards are telling us. Okay. Okay. What was the question again? It's about the event, correct?
Yeah, the turnout. The turnout.
The turnout. Okay. Okay, the card has been laid. Let's see. Ten of Swords. The Sun.
Okay.
Okay, all reverse, but something's telling me that this is going to be good.
Okay. What's the catch?
What's the? That's the question. What is the catch?
Yeah.
There's always a catch in these things.
What will be the hurdle? Yeah, it's gonna be good, but what will be the hurdle?
Yep. Pentacle. Okay, just. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. And okay. All right. So the outcome, the turnabout of the event. Okay. So there's going to be a little bit of this. The cards are. I'm just going to warn you, Nico,
Yeah.
that the answers that you're seeking is quite hard hitting. So better
Yeah.
better be ready. Okay.
All right. All right.
Okay. Okay. The first card here is telling us that there's going to be some minor disappointments and there's gonna be a lot of promises from some people that will not be fulfilled.
Yeah. Okay. Expected.
Okay. But the second card here is actually quite good, but there is still a warning that that it's telling you that whatever the wish that you have for the event will be granted, but you need to wait.
Okay. Yeah.
And also, it's also telling us that you do not waste your energy on something on the wrong things,
Yeah. On unnecessary things. Yeah.
on unnecessary things. Yes. Now, lastly, that that there's going to that there is going to be some problems connected with your work and and there is going to be some financial issues that you're going to need to face.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can't disclose which one, but I think we experienced such some of them already, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Although not a very bad thing, not like it will like affect everything, but
Yes.
still, wow, that's scary. That's scary to think that it's not just it's going to happen. It
Mm-hmm.
already happened.
It already happened. And
And yeah, we did rectify it. We did rectify it. Of course,
and
we
it's
have to play safe now. I think in business side talaga, when you are dealing with like first event like that, something that never been brought in before,
mm-hmm.
we don't think of the revenue first.
Yes,
We
that's
think
true.
of the foot traffic because we know that the money, the ROI will be either break even or sometimes, or most often negative.
Yes,
I think that is for the risk of taking, different people in. What should we do? What offer do we go for that event, right?
yes.
That's why it's really scared. It scared me that it that showed up as an advice,
Hmm.
even though it already happened.
And it's
That means the
well.
path is still right. Like our
Yes,
path is still right.
yes.
I think, yeah, this is still a positive thing that yes, since we are experiencing that hurdle, we know how to challenge them.
Mm-hmm.
So we are in the right path.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
There, you are correct, but as I mentioned, it's it's just it's on how you always take the on it's how you take this advice
Yeah.
on whether you're going to believe it or not. But since you mentioned that it's already happening, so I'm even scared of myself. I'm going to be honest with you here.
Yeah. It still may happen. That's for sure. So at least
Yes,
we know that we're on the right path to be ready for it.
yes, that's true. Just be ready. Just brace yourselves on what's going to happen, and
Yeah.
and everything as the sun says, your wish is going to be fulfilled. But although it's going to take some time to happen.
Yeah. Uh, I see.
Yes,
Well, you know what they say, good things comes to wait for a while. I
that's
think that's always been the. I think it's about the process. If you trust the process, it will come. It's not just gonna be immediately.
yes, that's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything takes.
That's great to hear. That's actually great to hear.
Yes.
That's great advice. All right. I think
So that's all.
that's so
That's
far. Yeah,
that's
so
all.
far.
That's all your
I
questions.
don't want to jinx it.
Yes. Just just remember, take everything with a grain of salt. Not everything. Not every
Yeah.
answer. Not every answers that the cards are telling us will come true or may
Yeah.
come true.
Yeah.
But take heed on your decisions, and everything will be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Because decisions are always helpful, regardless if it is helpful or not.
Yes, that's true.
Mm. All right. Oh my
So
gosh, that is a surreal experience. Even if I'm doing this remotely, like
yeah.
I'm walking right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're currently walking right now, and yet the answer some of the answers that you're wanting to be answered just came true.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel more motivated actually.
More.
Yes, a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
Well, I'm more nervous now, but I'm not backing out.
that's true. Never back out to a challenge
Yeah.
because there's always
All right.
light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly. Oh yeah. Wow. Thank you so much for those for the tarot card readings.
You're
That
welcome.
is really great.
You're welcome.
I think we should have some more people in. Who do you think should we tap in?
You can ask anyone who's currently available, but um, I actually asked Howl
Okay.
a little while ago, but he declined my invitation. But I think that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't want to force people into doing things that they don't want to do.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's see if I can tap in my girlfriend next time.
Sure, not a problem. And
Okay.
we can also do this privately if you want, but we still need to do it. But we still need to schedule it.
Yeah. Or better in person.
Sure, not a problem.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I think.
So,
Thank you
so
so much. This is
you're
an amazing thing.
you're very much
So
welcome.
hope you guys, for those who are watching the live stream, make sure to follow, or if ever Duke Titan will get this as a clip, I'll be happy to share it.
I'm actually going to save this on my YouTube channel later on.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Please send me when you got it uploaded.
sure, not a
I
problem.
wanna
Sure,
hear it
sure,
again.
sure.
All right.
All right. Okay, you take care now. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care as well. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too. Okay, and that is NicDroid. Happy to talk to him. I'm gonna be honest with you here. Uh, I haven't talked to him for quite a long time. I'm actually happy to talk to him with regards to what's currently happening. And I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm actually quite shocked that he's actually one of the organizers uh, in a in a big event that's currently that will be happening at the end of this month. That's quite a shock. And mind you, I don't pry on people's personal business too much because I don't want to get in their personal space. So yeah, that's that's pretty much it. So okay, just give me a moment. Let me just change things here. Okay. Okay. Give me a moment. I just need to fix something. Oh, I just need to fix something real quick. Give me a moment. Okay. It's actually a lot better if if someone is actually asking the question, not just me asking myself questions. Anyways, let's go back let's go back on the question that I have in mind a little while ago, and that is going to be about Ike Eveland. As we all know, that he has graduated yesterday. No graduation stream whatsoever. But here's the thing. Miji Sanji has deleted all of his VODs, all of his streams, all of his videos. Deleted, no trace at all whatsoever. I'm not quite sure if Anycaller has just privated them. We're not quite sure. And I think his Twitter also deleted all of his tweets. Not quite sure there as well. But what we're going to do here is we're going to find out what is really going on with Ike Eveland. We all know that he is part of the crew of the Black Stream with Elira Pandora and Vox Akuma. They're the ones who read, quote unquote, read or announced the termination of Zelensky, or what we all know now as Doki Bird. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to be seeking answers related to what happened to, because even though I haven't watched NicDroid for more than a year. Well, I do watch Nijisanji, but only Starlight, Inagumi, Starla. But that's here nor there. Um, what we're going to do here is we're going to find out what is going on, because there won't be. What is the strangest thing here is in the announcement of Niji Sanji, it's actually positive. They didn't um they didn't slander Ike whatsoever regarding to something he did or something like that. But I did read the post of Ike on his Twitter. It is actually more related to his mental health on why he decided to graduate from Nijisanji. But we'll see. We will see. We will see. Yes. That. Now. Okay. Now. Fighter has been set. See. Once. Wait a freaking minute. What? This is the same reading as with NicDroid a little while ago. No, it's different. It's actually different. Sorry. Not. Now I think about it, it's actually different. Sorry. Sorry, it's because of the High Priestess. Okay. Seven. Mm, okay. Okay. Hmm. This is actually strange, but not surprised. Okay. Okay, the first card here is it's actually telling us that um someone, a young boy or girl, is actually causing a lot of trouble to our dear friend, to our friend Ike Eveland. And that same person is actually trouble themselves. Hmm. Okay. Okay. And much like what I've read, much like the readings with NicDroid earlier, raw emotion is actually clouding, clouding thinking of Ike, and he decided to graduate. Then, as we all know, as we all know here, there's a lot of, I think, any color is giving him lots of paths regarding to what he can, on what he can do, in relation to his, in relation to his career as a VTuber in Sanji. But as we all know, he decided to graduate. Huh. As far as I can tell. Right. As far as I can tell, that young person that's giving Ike trouble. I'm not going to tell which one who it is, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched any Niji Sanji related content aside from Starlight. But as far as I can tell, he'll let his emotion get the best of him. But I think, um, but I think this didn't happen overnight. I think, this is, um, I think this is a long time coming. Hmm. Now that I think about this, I think this is more related with the black screen incident. The Yeah, I think this is related to the black screen. In any case, that's how it is. That's how it is. With everything here, I'm not quite surprised that that young person is the same person that has gave our little Doki bird the same problems. I think it's the same person. I'm not gonna tell who it is. This is just my speculation, but all in due course. If he ever attempts to make a new, new channel, a new VTuber, much like what happened with Doki Bird, Kuro, and Quinn, and if he decides to share it with the public, then we will know, and then that's the time that we will know the answer of what happened. Okay, okay. Now, um, now, let's see here. Let's go back on the happening. The biggest indie VTuber fiasco thus far. And I'm gonna be honest with you here. This is actually a lot bigger than the Loki Bird situation of last year. This is a lot bigger, and I'm talking about Cinder. As we all know, Cinder has backstabbed a lot of people to get where she is right now. And that's actually including her manager slash boyfriend. Redacted. There are a lot of receipts out there. I'm not going to give a summary of everything that's already been said, but all I can say here is, what the frick happened to, what the frick happened with Cinder, and why did she decide to do all of those things? I know that in the entertainment industry is a dog eat dog world, but what she did is this. Well, what she did is she didn't just eat the dog. She mauled it. She played with her food, and then fling it to the side. She's not even hungry. Yet, look at where we are now. Okay, so this is going to be a lot of Cinder related questions. So, buckle up and let's see what the cards are going to tell us. Okay. Okay. Swords. Six of Cups. Oh, cute puppy. Okay, and Seven of Wands. Hmm. What was the question again? What's going on with Cinder? Okay, sorry. Yes, gotta be honest. Hmm. Okay. 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 So, what's currently happening with Cinder? Okay. So, what did the cards? Huh. Okay. Queens. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I think what the card is saying here is that the situation, their current situation is coming to an end. Not quite sure how or when it's going to end, but according to this, it is coming to an end. And the second card here is telling us that all connections, uh, all connections will be coming back. Okay, so there are actually. Hmm. I think this one is actually related to the person where she cheated with her boyfriend. All contacts here. Wow. Wow. Okay. So damn. So this may not be actually related to the person who to that particular person. Sure. But there is going to be old people, old friends that's going to be contacting her related to what's currently going on. Then last card. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. The last card is actually telling us that Sender needs to cope with everything that is currently happening right now. That is the card. That is the card. What is the card is telling us? It's telling us that that you will need to cope with what's currently going on. Although yes, she will face a lot of opposition, but while she's currently at her worst, but telling us that the card is telling us that she needs to take things one step at. If she really wants to repent on the actions that she has done past. I know that uh forgiveness cannot be given overnight, but I think the sensible thing here to do is take things one at a time. Because you'll never know what's going to happen. I think I think this is giving her advice rather than telling us what is currently going on. Such as life. Such as life. And I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm gonna be honest. Um, all the things the Cindy has done for her career is and doesn't actually just lie on her as well. This is this all you can also blame her boyfriend slash manager for everything that has happened. Because if she thinks that just because you decide to cut ties with said manager, that doesn't mean that the manager's decision, previous decisions, doesn't affect you. That's all I'm going to say here. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Now, what we here's what we're going to do next. I said that all next questions will be Cinder related. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to check on Bao the whale. You know, I have actually watched Bao's debut stream in YouTube, and he was actually quite honest way back when she first debuted, and now a lot of things has happened to her. A lot of good things, a lot of bad things, and of course, everything boils down, not just to herself. Actually, this actually boils down to her community, on how much they have supported Bao throughout the years. Now, but with everything in relation to Cinder has occurred, I think it's best that we see what's currently happening with Bao. See if there's anything, what's the best steps that she needs to take, and hoping that she'll be able to recover from all of the things that's happened. Because I'm not gonna lie here. Among everyone that has been affected with this controversy, I think Bao has been affected the most. And you can just watch the streams that she has done explaining the situation, explaining the steps that she has taken during before the infamous Google Doc was shared. The raw emotion of Bao crying while she explains everything that has happened to her is just it's, it's just you know, it's hard. It's actually hard to know that a friend has backstabbed you, and we all have experienced that. But I think the way Bao is currently experiencing all of the things that's happened ever since she met Tinder, because as far as we can tell, it's I think she treated Tinder more than just a friend. I think he treated her more like a sister, and that's actually why she's been affected the most. Okay, now let's see how Bao is currently. What's going to happen to Bao after this controversy? And I hate this. Oh my god, I hate this. Oh my god. I think we already know the first two. Oh boy. Already know what's the first two. Hmm. Okay, so as we all know, first card related to a young man or woman that's giving her trouble, and we already know who that is. This person is actually Cinder. Currently, um, she is currently clouded with her emotion. She can't really think straight right now. And I'll be honest with you here. That is something that what happened to her is actually, if I were her on her shoes, I'll be the same. I'll be the same because you trusted her for so long, not knowing that she's been backstabbed ever since you first. But hmm, I'm quite sure who this is. I am not quite sure because there's going to be a man. I'm not quite sure. Whether it's going to be maybe I don't know what age, but it's saying here that there's going to be a man mature for their age is going to meet good listener and and I think actually need all. But in relation to that, aside from of course that man, we really don't know who. And then in terms of other things, her career is actually on an upturn. She's meaning um with everything that has happened with Tinder, I think there's going to be new opportunities going to open up, and we're not sure what that's going to be, but hoping that she'll be able to recover with her situation. And that man can be anyone. I'm not quite sure who. Okay, so let's Okay, so this is going to be the third question. And this has actually been bugging me for quite a while now. This has been bugging me because I have watched multiple VTubers talk about this. And as far as we can tell, the person in question hasn't actually refuted anything. I'm not talking about Cinder here. I'm not talking about Cinder. He hasn't actually talked about what has happened. He hasn't talked on the situation. He hasn't apologized, and he kept his silence, by which actually it's a good thing. But question here is why he's now keeping his silence rather than, trying to defend Cinder or anything. Although yes, he's been fired as Cinder's manager, but that doesn't mean he has to keep quiet everything uh, with everything thus far. So what we're going to do here is we're going to ask a question on what's happening with Redacted, the former manager of Tinder. Because everything that's happening is both related to Cinder and Redacted. All of their bad decisions that has accumulated throughout the years. And I'm gonna be honest with you here. All those bad decisions has bitten them right on the rear. Here, once up. Once, two cups. Hmm. Huh. Okay. These two connected. Hmm. That is strange. Okay. So we all know Seven of Cut Ones is telling us that he needs to cope with everything that's currently happening. And as second card is telling us that I think all of his current plans for Cinder's career has been abruptly cancelled. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite surprised that it's actually they have more plans than that's what is currently shown. But the last card is actually quite confusing, if I'm gonna be honest with you here. Um, because it says here that because it says here that the current quarrel that he's currently facing right now, he'll be able to make up with it. I'm not quite sure why it is saying that, but with everything said and done, yeah, I think he needs to. I think he needs to, resolve this on his own as well. He needs since all plans has been cancelled. Um, there's many paths to choose. Here there's many paths to choose now. Whether he's going to, take a new career, take a new path, a new career, go back to his old self, or everything. I think this is connected with what's currently happening with Cinder. Uh, the situation will end soon, but we're not sure on what's going to happen. But as far as we can tell, as far as we can tell, all things must come to an end, and that's actually what the cards are telling us. Um, they need to choose on the next step that they're going to take. Whether it's going to be good or bad, it's up to them. But of course, not everything should be taken lightly. And I think on how they choose the way they choose their path up until now, I think they need to choose the right way. This not the way that Tinder has made herself a fool with her so-called apology. But I think she needs to. I think she needs to learn on. I think she needs to learn more about humility. And I think this is the best way. I think this is the best way to show her not everything about greed. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm quite exhausted. Because because this is actually the first time that I had someone ask me in relation to what is going. I'm gonna be honest with you here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm actually quite happy. I'm actually quite happy with uh, with the readings I have gave Droid, and quite happy. Uh, I'm quite happy with results. What questions? I said I haven't talked to Nico quite a long time. This is actually the first time we have talked ages. So I'm actually quite happy. Say, son, um, giving me light every time it every time I use the tarot cards. Ah, okay. So that is going to be it for me. Thank you very much for hanging out with me here. I do hope that oh, I do hope that I was able to and um I hope that I was able to answer some questions and regarding to everything. I want to thank NicDroid for joining me in this stream earlier. Quite fun. I'm gonna be honest with you here, and I wish we can talk more in the near future. Maybe not about tarot cards, but about something else. But knowing that he's currently busy, I think the opportunity will present itself in the near future. Anyways, now, um, I think this has been a tradition in this channel, so far, and I am going to let's see here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So, to my one viewer here on Twitch, I am gonna read your. I'm not gonna read your future. I'm going to know what is currently going on with your life. Okay. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. You may have just stumbled into this stream, but what we're going to do is I'm going to ask the question of what's currently going on in your life. Okay? I'm not quite sure how spot on. I'm not quite sure how spot on I am in relation to the things that I have read thus far, especially the previous weeks. I'm not quite sure if how accurate I am. Asok. So here's sorry about that. Okay, so question now here is what's happening with our dear viewer here? Okay, we're not don't know who I am, don't know who you are, and you may be just one of my followers here on Twitch, but we're going to see what is currently going on in your life and see if the cards can give us some advice on what's currently happening. Okay, much like how NicDroid has taken in the answers for his questions. All I'm going to say here is just take this as an advice. Okay. Going on, our dear viewer. Okay. Page of Pentacles. Ooh, the Hermit. Anna. And the Seven of Cups. All in reverse. All in reverse. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. So, first card here telling us that currently facing some you're currently facing some trouble, and you're currently disappointed on what you are seeing. Um, but with everything that's currently happening, you're actually quite disappointed at some point in regarding to those business. And then here we have a major arcana, the Hermit. Okay, so here and the Hermit here is actually telling us hmm, actually this is connected to the first card here. There's a lot actually you're currently experiencing things that you want to be alone, hence Hermit. um and as far as I can tell, that you're not actually seeing what you see, and you're actually closing your door in regards to the to everything that's currently going on with your life. And regardless of what's currently happening, there's going to be a lesson here that will make you wiser in your future. You're lucky. The last card here, all those things that has clouded your mind, clouded everything in your life, is now beginning to be so. To summarize, um, you're currently facing some disappointing things in your life, but um, but what's going on here is that you fail to understand um what needs to be done here, what needs to be learned. So that's why at the very end things will get clear, and as the Hermit says, things will uh once you have seen once you have seen everything, once the muddle in your mind has been cleared, that those things, all the experiences in your life will make you wiser. Okay, so I think that is gonna be it for me, and I do hope that this last the reading for my viewer uh will be taken as an advice. Depending that depends on you. I'm not going to tell you to follow it. I'm not gonna tell you to believe it, but all do all things in time. Right then, thank you very much for watching my stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said earlier, I'm gonna be posting this in you on my YouTube page, on my YouTube channel, so that you can you can rewatch it again to see things to see things if everything gonna come true. I'm gonna be honest with you here. Every time that my readings come true, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. I never meant everything here. It's just what the cards are telling us. Fate has a funny thing telling us on what we need to do. And I said it what? I've said it once, I'm gonna say it again. We walk on a spider's silk. But regardless of the decision that you make in life, we all go to the same. We always go to the same path. The same path. We always go to the same to the same destination. There. If you don't know the analogy that I'm talking about, just just look at a spider's web. You'll know what I mean. Anyways, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. And remember, you can always join me. You can always join in Discord if you want to get a live reading of your for your questions. Just be mindful, all right? Okay, so I'm so exhausted. Sorry, everyone. All right, so everybody take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys next. Bye bye. Ah.